big, beautiful, loving planet called Earth. I'm going to go into a little bit about Coachella weekend 2 and talk a little bit about potentially going again, or not going again, but going for my first time and experiencing it. I don't know when that'll be. It'll probably be like after I go to Disney parks and all that stuff. And then I also want to get into a movie that's opening today that I'm planning on going to see later on today. But here's the thing. Look, I don't know how they do Coachella from weekend 1 to weekend 2, if they do the same. Look, it says on the schedule from online that they're having the same performers perform from weekend 2 to weekend 2, or weekend 1 to weekend 2. But then I also saw that Kid Cudi was added to this weekend's events, and he wasn't part of last weekend's events. So I don't know if it's just going to be a repeat of what happened last weekend, or if there's going to be a whole new lineup this weekend. So I'm going to watch it tonight and see who's performing when and what stages and stuff. Now they changed. I know one thing. They changed one of the channels from, I can't remember what it was, to Yuma, which is one of the stages. Now, one of the channels I saw, one of them was all K-pop Japanese individuals who performed. I know there's a stage where they have all the electronic music, like DJ sets and stuff like that. I can't remember which stage that is or how that works, but that's one thing I'm doing this weekend, is trying to figure out who's performing on what channel, what stage, what time they go on and how long they're on for and all of that stuff. Then let's dive into the other thing that's happening today. I'm planning on going to see this movie called Abigail, where it's a little girl who gets kidnapped and is turned into a vampire, or she's already a vampire before she gets kidnapped. And then there's like 6 individuals that come into this house and try to babysit her or something like that. I'm not fully understanding what this movie is about, but when I go see it, I will do a whole movie review on it sometime next week, whether that be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And then there's a couple movies being released next Friday that could be good to go and watch. I don't have them up right now, but I'm just saying that there's some movies that are being released over the next couple of weeks that could be good films. Now there's another film that was released today, but it's not in theaters, and it's The Rebel Moon, The Scargiver, which is I think it's a book. I'm not, or it's a comic book, or it's something like that. And they made it into a film. The first one was alright, and I can't remember what they called that one. It was Rebel Moon something. Excuse me, I don't know what that was. But it has Sofia Boutella in it, and a bunch of other individuals that you may have heard of. I think Demon Hajusu. I probably butchered that name, and I apologize for that. But that's what I fully understand as what's happening in this film. Anyways, or what happened in the first film. Anyways, so that brings me to the end of this vlog. Now, I know that's a lot of stuff to take in here at this point of the vlog, but so let's get into this. So I don't know when I'd go to Coachella or if I would ever go to Coachella, but it would have to be sometime in the next, let's say, 10 years. Because I'm definitely planning on doing another YouTube trip, YouTube VidCon trip, hopefully next summer. And then 5 years from now, we do the Disney trip. So it would have to be sometime after the Disney trip and Disney and Universal trip to Florida. So it could be anytime 6 years from now or 10 years from now, sometime between that in that time frame. And I heard it's very expensive and it's in the desert, and you have to start working out details of that all that stuff. And who knows who's going to perform in 6 years from now or 10 years from now, or even if we'll have a Coachella in that amount of time. But yeah, that's something I'm looking at, just like I'm looking into details of the Disney trip and when we can do that and all that stuff. And the same thing with the YouTube trip next year, or the VidCon experience for the 4th time for me personally, and then see where things take us from there. Now there's one is there one? Is it just one or is it multiple? Let me check. Just one birthday today. I want to wish Robin Holskin a happy birthday, and that does it for birthdays today. There are 3 birthdays tomorrow, so we'll talk more about that in tomorrow's vlog. And I will see you in tomorrow's vlog with a whole new topic, a whole new thing, and bye-bye.